First of all, a call option is a contract that gives the holder the right but not the obligation to purchase shares, bonds, commodities, or other instruments at a specific fixed price within a specific period. The profit is made when the underlying asset increases in price. Because you have this right, you must pay a premium at the time of closing the transaction.
Because of you have this right, you must pay a premium at the time of closing the transaction, which varies depending on the business condition. The first condition is strike price, is a specific share price or fixed price at which the shares of stock can be bought by the buyer. The second one is the market price, that is the same as a spot price. Then the volatility is the propensity of the underlying security market price to fluctuate either up or down. Then we have the time, is the specific period of time established at the beginning of the contract. And finally, the premium that must be paid at the time of setting up the operation. There are so many advantages in call option contracts. The following are some of them. The first one is minimize risk in terms of fluctuation of exchange rate. The second one is fast and efficient operation management. The third one is leverage, because the premium here costs far less than the equivalent underlying security, and this resulting leverage could be used like an investment. Then take benefits from favorable exchange rate levels. Then flexibility to ensure an adequate price in the exchange rate without giving up the possible favorable fluctuation of it. And then is a warranted contract.
Okay, so now we are going to do a comparison between different financial intermediaries in order to analyze how these apply the financial instrument option call. So we start with national financial intermediaries. So in Colombia, we choose Da Vivienda and Bancolombia. So to Da Vivienda, the conditions to use the option call are that the companies must be linked to the bank, also that the minimum amount of transaction is $20,000. The modality is non-delivered, and also it does not involve the exchange of the asset at the expiration date. And in the case on the expiration date of the transaction, the rate agreed with the TRM of the active day following expiration is sold. And if you make a profit, there will be a place to retention at the source of 3.5%. The cost the cost calculation estimate that the strike price is established by yourself, or the price of the premium is mandatory. The reference is the spot of the market price, the domestic and external interest rate, also the cost of the product can be amount negotiated in a future price that is denominated strike. There is no commission in the option transactions. In other hand, in Bancolombia, the conditions or the requirements to apply an option call are that the companies must be linked to the bank, the premium paid for the right is a tax deductible cost and can be amortized over time. Bancolombia offers many options like that. The delivery from can be payment to from from 3 days to 2 years. Also, non-delivery USD COP from 1 day to years. Non-delivery Forex from 3 days. Price. The option premium must be paid by who acquires the right over the option. The price depends on the agreed rate and is determined by the supply and demand in the currency market, interest rates, and volatilities. To this case, you can negotiate this cost through Bancolombia's money tables. Tax charges. To this case applies tax on financial movements, which will be retained in the case provided for in a tax statute, its regulatory decrees, and the concepts issued by the DIAN. Non-delivery options generate retention at the source. Continue with the analysis. We take three sources based in international financial intermediaries. So the first is Itaú, and we establish three variables to analyze. There are requirements, prices, and tariffs, and the benefits that the bank offer. So first, in the requirements of Itaú, was that the corporate clients of the corporate business institution, SMEs, and professional market segments. Also, it's necessary signing a framework contract for derivative financial instruments and a compliance with core bankers risk policy for operations with derivative financial instruments. In the case of payments, taxes, and tariffs, the client is subject to pay a premium in case of being a buyer. The value of the premium will be defined by market conditions at the time of closing the transaction. In the benefits, we find that the users have the option of non-delivery that consists that at the expiration date, if the option is exercised, the buyer will receive the difference between the price of the asset at the moment and that price agreed upon at the beginning of the transaction. The next bank is Santander Bank Chile. And the requirements to this bank is signature of a general conditions contract corresponding to the model authorized by the Central Bank of Chile. In the payments, the premium is paid in this way. The day of contracting is established and correspond to an amount in pesos that the consumer pays, which is the price of the option. And the benefits of compensation that the user obtains is that if at the expiration date the value of the dollar exchange rate observed USD CLA reported by the Central Bank of Chile is about the previously defined selling, the client receives compensation by the bank. And if the value of the dollar exchange rate observed at expiration is less than or equal to selling, the client doesn't receive compensation, which keeps his income stable. Finally, the last bank is BBVA Continental Bank. For the arrangement, the spot exchange rate is taken on the expiration date. The amount received is equivalent to the difference between the spot to maturity rate and the agreed strike rate. And the profits or benefits obtaining is that the consumer gets is charged to his account. Also, this amount allows you to offset the higher market exchange rate. And they obtain a benefit in order to that in net the client is protected against movements in the price.
As an example, suppose that a Colombian importer is buying merchandise from a US company with a 100,000 USD dollar payment due in 3 months. The importer would like to fix the exchange rate to ensure the cost of the transaction, but at the same time, the importer would like to be open to any possibility of a more favorable exchange rate. In the following slide, you will see this data. The currency is dollar USD. The nominal 100,000 US dollars, time 3 months, spot 1,070.90 Colombian pesos, strike 1,070.94.5 Colombian pesos, and the European premium option is 44.54 Colombian pesos. Then we will take the strike plus the premium to get the break even, which is 1,839.03 Colombian pesos. Initially, the importer will have to do the payment of the premium, which will be the payment 100 $100,000 multiplied for 44.53 Colombian pesos. That will give us a 44,450,000 Colombian pesos. The importer will obtain benefits from the call option when the exchange rate of the dollar is above 1,070.44 Colombian pesos. When the US dollar is under the strike price, 1,070.94.50 Colombian pesos, there is no need to use the option, and it is better to buy the dollars in the market.
We conclude that foreign currency options are contracts that give the buyer the right to buy, call option, or sell, put option, currency at a specified price within a specific period of the time. The strike price is the price at which the owner of the contract has the right to transact. On the other hand, it is a highly recommended to take a call option in order to minimize the risks of the volatility market and take advantage of favorable exchange rate levels. So, the call option is a great opportunity for those companies who want the flexibility to ensure an adequate price in the exchange rate without giving up the possible favorable fluctuations of it.